this thing where, you know, the art as a commodity is not seen by its, you know, monetary value so much as it is its intrinsic value.
So TCC is a business plan, and it's a statement, and it's also a partnership between the two of us. We think that art should be accessible to everybody. It doesn't need to be held on a pedestal.
A lot of our friends are artists, and they are constantly making work that's just piling up in their closets, gathering dust. So
they need a good way to get that work out to people, and it doesn't have to be through the traditional art world or through a traditional art gallery. Somewhere between a community center, an art gallery, and like a consignment shop.
For this show, Five Below, the price point is really, it's a political statement, not so much about the value of the art, but more so about who has access to art.
You don't need to spend 4 or 5 figures to buy art. When it comes to the way people talk about art or what people consider to be art, it's all so closely tied in with money. But it's not defined by the money. The art and the money are completely separate. And so we're making the price deliberately low, partially as incentive for people. Multiple times over the past few days I've heard people say, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it's $1. You don't need to know what you're going to do with this, but some of the power of art is that the initial aesthetic appeal, if it grabs you, I want people to be able to like take a hold of what grabs them, literally get the poster they think is cool and have it for $1. It's not about the money per se. Money is a tool.
Possibly a, alternative source of income. It's like $15 could get someone a paintbrush and some paint and a canvas, and they can just make more art. We're trying to provide them with a good outlet.
But it is about the community and about people who come in off the streets and buy something from an artist who they've never seen before, and suddenly they're now part of our community as artists, and we become part of their community, like literally in their homes.
There's something to it that it's like an experience that you can't gain through the classic art venue. You can like pick it up and hold it, you can smell it if you want to. We were thinking a lot about like how context affects value, and like how something in a white wall gallery seems very unapproachable to purchase. So, we decided that go with more like classic retail vibe with like the grid wall and like all the modular attachments, just as like a signifier that these are works that are for sale, at a reasonable price.
We also enjoy the aesthetic of the grid. There's something very unifying and also leveling about having everything be on this sort of like very structured and ordered thing. So everything sort of is like contained and contextualized by the space of the grid. We're going to be taking the same format to the BFA show, our BFA show, gathering work from other students in the BFA show and putting them into the same kind of retail context within the larger context of SEIC's BFA show, a space that purports to be a cumulatory experience for the artists of the school, but in fact is more like a huge publicity circus for all the artists. Things are sold under the table there, and SAIC won't sell the work, but SAIC will tell people who are interested to talk to the artists. And we wanted to bring it to the forefront that really it is about selling yourself and selling the art. And so we're putting ourselves there to sell art and to reflect what was an experience that isn't actually cumulative, is in fact kind of scattered and broken, and try to bring all those pieces together, all the works that we've made, works that I find interesting and I think other people will find interesting, and that, to get them out there, to put them in the view of other people, I think is important.